No.
Hello.
No.
All right, guys, we are about to start. Okay, please settle down. All right, so thank you so much for coming and attending the event. My name is Anurag. I am representing Techies Infotech. The idea to bring you all here is to um, create a community which talks about e-commerce, and that's our theme. Let's talk about e-commerce. So we are here to build an ecosystem wherein we all learn together, and this is our first workshop. We'll be coming up with more events in future. We'll be talking about a lot of technical and business related stuff, and we'll be doing a lot of activities which will enable all of us to learn and grow together. So I would definitely like to thank Dubai CommerCity for collaborating with us, and lot of support that came from Dubai CommerCity. We are really happy. So with that note, I would like to have Mitch on the stage for the opening notes from Dubai CommerCity. Thank you.
Thanks, Anurag. Hi, everyone. Name is Mitch Bidermann. I'm the SVP for commercial. In case you're wondering where the strange accent comes from, I'm German, and you can still hear it after so many years. We are Dubai CommerCity. That's where you're sitting right now. It's called the office cluster. So we have this office building here. We have another two coming over there. We have a social cluster where you will find all the restaurants, and we have a logistics space. And as already pointed out by Anurag, we're building a community here. So we are focusing a lot on tech. We are focusing a lot on startups. And why are we doing it? Because if you have brands, and we have them today, even there are some of them just in the room up there, they're coming to us, they have a great product, they might need an office, they might need fulfillment, they might want to have a restaurant to open it up, but what they also need is, if they have a cool product, they need fulfillment, they need last mile, they need a website, they need to be connected to marketplaces. When they come to Dubai CommerCity, we can offer all of it. You just met obviously Anurag from Techies Infotech, so a lot of brands, we are already working together with him, they're building websites for those brands. We have other services where we say, you know what, we have now a brand looking for marketing, we have a photo studio coming up just next door. So if you have a cool brand, you're coming in here, we can offer it all. We have, if you just look at the office tower here, we have big brands here such as Coca-Cola, Maserati, DHL, Hellman. But the main focus, 70% of the clients we have in here, and you will see that also from the office sizes, they're rather small. So we really want to create that community where people help each other and do business together. Okay, I'm very proud, obviously, today to have Federica here from Tech Lab, and she will explain a little bit more about the 5 pillars of e-commerce and the customer journey around it. So yeah, thanks a lot, and big applause to you.
Yeah. Thank you. So hello everybody. My name is indeed Federica. I am an e-commerce consultant, and I've been in the industry since 2016, helping brands on developing strategies to improve shopping experience, customer engagement, and product discoverability, which are all under the cluster of commerce customer journey. I have to do a little disclaimer before. My industry is fashion industry, so this is what I am more confident in as well, of course. So a lot of examples that you're going to see today comes from fashion websites, but we're not going to talk about product or branding today. So what you're going to see is 100% applicable to each and every website that you have. Question. So I would like you to either scan this QR code or go onto slido.com. So if you guys have any questions, you can insert there. And at the end of the presentation, we can go through the Q&A session and go through the questions. Thanks. Done? Cool. Okay, so let's get started. And let's start from the basics. What is customer journey? Customer journey is basically a map. Everything that happens on your website in terms of clicks, movement, actions that your customers, users, visitors do makes customer journey. And we know that humans are visual creatures, and that 90% of the information that our brain absorbs is visual. So it means that in an online world where everything is absorbed via a screen, visuals determine everything. And in your case, that you have a product selling online determines revenue. I'm saying this because a study proved that 38% of visitors will leave a website if they don't find it attractive. And it's going to take only 50 milliseconds for them to understand that. This means 5 times faster than a blink of an eye. I'm saying this because after all this information, we can say that customer journey can definitely determine a successful or unsuccessful conversion, and will definitely affect customer behavior, brand loyalty, and customer retention. Yeah, so a survey found out that 86% of buyers would pay a higher price for a better experience. This makes totally sense. Who wants to be stressed while you want to shopping something for yourself? And therefore, investing in customer journey and experience will benefit and impact positively your business in terms of customer retention, brand loyalty, impulse purchase, and revenue growth, and more. Yes. Before going into the pillars, let's do a quick differentiation between journey and experience. These are totally different things, even though they run always together. So the journey, as I said before, it's a map of all the clicks, all the behavior that users have in their journey on your website, which leads, say, in the umbrella of customer behavior, and will help you to understand what are the problematics, issues, and or opportunities that you can explore in order to deliver a better experience, while the customer experience is their perception of your brand, of how you're treating them, how they feel when they come and know you, or they return to your website. And yes, this is basically customer satisfaction and will lead to brand loyalty and retention. Okay, these are the 5 pillars of the customer journey. This is not a specific order. We have home page, listing page, product page, site search, and navigation menu. Good to remember always that these are not only the pillars of a customer journey, but they're also structural and vital elements of your website. So whenever you are able to govern at the best these elements, you are always more in control of the customer journey and what you are explaining, showing to your customers. I decided to split these elements into groups. One is going to be the window, including homepage, site search, and navigation menu, and the other one is the shelves. Why? We can definitely say that even if it's a digital experience, it's very similar to a physical store. So say that I'm walking down the street, I see your store, first thing that I see is the name, the windows, who you are, what you sell, what's the vibe, what's the branding, and this is the homepage, right? And then say that I enter the store, I see, oh, okay, I have clothes, there I have bags, there I have shoes, they're organized in order maybe by color, maybe by gender, maybe by indeed category. And this is your navigation menu, how they discover your offer, your catalog, your products, and then say that I'm interested in, and I started to interact either with the product myself or I ask for a shopping assistant. This is your site search. And then the shelves, of course, is where physically your products are shown and displayed, and the product page, which is in a physical experience, is the product itself. Let's start with the window, and let's start from the home page. The home page is usually the page that has the majority of the traffic, and it's going to be your first touch point with your customers. So they are going to understand who you are, what you sell, what is the vibe from your home page. Yes, it's going to take less than 3 seconds for them to find the point of interest in the screen, and up to page that you want to optimize at the very best. This is your very first impression that you're giving to your customers, so they need to stay. They need to say, okay, let's see what is going on here and what is further. And one last thing to always keep in mind, that your website, and in general, now that we're talking about homepage, needs to be quick. If it's going to be, it's going to take too much time to load, they're going to leave. And imagine on mobile, where you're using it on the spot, it's going to be, this number is going to be even higher than 39%. First example, one disclaimer here. I try to give you 2 examples, always one on the best practice and one on the work in progress. Again, I'm not talking about the brand, the product itself, but what is the best practice and what we can learn from who is still working on the optimization. This is Gucci homepage, and this is the best practice. Why? First thing first. Short page. You don't have to scroll that much to understand the overall vibe and what they're talking about. And this sounds exactly like a chain dropping down, like a conversation. Everything is linked to the previous and the next one. And they are, what they have in common, all of these elements, one topic. In this case, they decided to focus on fall and what fall brings. A bestseller collection, a product from that bestseller collection, maybe a matching item because it's fall, you want a boots to match your new bag. And then, yes, fall is spooky Halloween season, so what they did, okay, new collection, new season, we're gonna shoot it not only for our product pages, but also content editorial way. And they decided indeed to put a theme, in this case is horror movies, but it could be anything basically. And then our work in progress, this is Forever 21 Middle East. This is exactly what you want to avoid. The concept is less is more. You don't want to show as much as you can. Why? First of all, your eyes don't work like that. You can't focus on 10 things at the same time. You're going to go one by one and then see kind of the skyline, right? This case, exactly, this is the concept. They wanted to show everything, starting from bestseller categories, what is seasonal, and then another bestseller category is seasonal, and then Halloween, and then repeating the fact that I have different gender, women, men, or other prices. Then going back to the conversation with parties, and then sale. I am pretty sure that this point here, when I am repeating something that is already in the navigation, people are stopping scrolling. They don't care anymore. You already tell me, so for sure, I'm gonna think that there's nothing more for me at this point. So what I did, I screenshot the little elements. What could be a possible option for this homepage to be better, to be more on spot and actually attractive for people? Shorter, first of all, one carousel, because it's fall. Also here is super clear that the topic is the same as Gucci. It's fall, it's Halloween, you know? So you have what is hot at the moment in the fall shop. Blazer, amazing with the season. Halloween, perfect. Party, because we have also the spooky party elements here. And then awareness. And just to recap a little bit of do's and don'ts, as clear as possible, user-friendly always, fast loading time always, following a logic, because you want to be sure that you hook people, not that you show everything it's possible. No, they have first to start a conversation, and then they are going to continue what they're doing. And then, of course, informative and intriguing. Putting a lot of content is going to overwhelm them, and then putting in a situation where, oh my God, what should I do? Where should I go? What should I see? Okay, better in another website. And then the don'ts, when it's too long, when you have too many call to action. In the Gucci ones, we saw that they have only one call to action per element, but actually only 2 product pages. The bag and the boots, that's it. That's it. And with the Halloween shooting, they actually make sure that you guys know, I don't have only bags or shoes, I only have apparel, I only have accessories, I have my Adidas collection, blah, blah, blah. Site search. This one is one of the biggest monster that the majority of the time is overlooked. First of all, product discovery often starts with a site search. This means that, yes, true that probably the biggest entry point is the home page. But what if I'm a returning customer? Or what if I know what I'm looking for and I want to know if you actually can give it to me? I'm going to start my navigation with the site search. Up to 30% at least of your visitors at one point of their browsing, they're going to use the sidebar, the search bar. And as I was saying before, it's exactly like asking an assistant. You know, I'm looking for a red polo. Do you have it? Yes, no. And then this is the most important point, that who is searching is almost double more likely to convert. Why? Because they have a clear intent. They're looking for something that they know. And if you have it, and if you can actually show it right away, they have the chance they convert is higher, not only double, but even more, because you can always personalize it, suggest more, and then impulse purchase comes to the scene with the product that they are actually looking for. And indeed, we can start with with the most important must-have features that a site search should have on your website, should provide. First of all, autocomplete, auto-suggest, and spell check. So here I was trying to type sneakers, and I stopped at the middle of the word, and these are all the suggestions, in this case, plus the options that are available per search. And you don't know because it's not clear here, but this one is actually a collection page. So if I'm looking for something very specific and you have a collection page that has that name in maybe the mega menu or anywhere in the website, first result on top. Second, visual and page suggestions. So again, here I was looking for crossbody bag, too long. I just typed cross. Here we have the suggestions. This is a collection page with all the options, but visuals. These are product pages, links to the specific product, and this is where you can personalize or optimize what it means. In this case, they have a campaign on sustainable items. Maybe you have a collaboration, maybe you have a limited edition, maybe you have something that is hot at the moment on your website. You want those products to be on top because they will definitely recognize it maybe from social media, from newsletter, from any ads, from a window, from any kind of marketing campaign that you're doing. So first of all, crossbody. Oh yes, this one, I saw it there, blah, blah, blah. And they're gonna check and go directly into the product page. Last one, treat your search result page as a collection page, because I am looking for a specific product. I should be able to actually narrow down until I'm happy with what is the result. I don't care about pink bags. I want to be able to filter by color. I'm not happy with the collection. Maybe there is a specific collection, price, size, whatever it is that you can actually provide as an information about the product to your customers, the better. Yes, 3 things to keep in mind on the site search. First of all, you don't want you don't want 0 result. This is exactly translated in, hey, do you have a red polo? No. Bye. You're basically saying to your people, search somewhere else. No. You want at least, maybe you don't have that exact product, but something similar. Maybe the same color, maybe the same sleeve length, maybe the same features, anything. Maybe the same brand or something that can be hooked to that exact search. Don't overlook the importance of metadata. We don't have the time to go through this today because this is another planet, but the more you're accurate and granular in the product tagging that you have at the back end of your site, the better. This is going to open millions of doors, starting from the search, but going into ranking, recommendations, and SEO a lot. Don't be afraid to suggest complementary items. This is exactly what I was saying into the visual product. So if you have anything that you feel it's valuable to suggest in the first suggestions, you go for it. And these are some tools that you guys can check for the site search optimization. You have Algolia. Searchanize is a plugin within Shopify, actually, and then Search Spring. And just to prove you I'm right, this is a business case for Algolia. Type results, so be faster in the results suggestions, the speed and reliability across platforms and globally, and customizable relevance, and type tolerance. Should I talk? Plus 150% more sale from search, more search activity, plus 210 and plus 314 on mobile, plus 37 conversion and plus 62 on mobile, and then minus 88, almost, double of less bounce rate, basically. Please, okay. Do's and don'ts: optimize text suggestions, pages and visual suggestions, faceted search results page, ranked results also there. If you're treating your page, result page, as a collection page, you want to rank also those results. What is the best? What is the hottest? What is the bestseller? What is, I don't know, the most relevant, most recent? What is hot? Not only in the visual suggestion as you type, but also in the result page. And product recommendation, as I was saying, in the visual suggestions. And then, of course, don't. 0 results, wrong and inaccurate search results, inconsistent product data, because of course people cannot narrow down their search, and then they either drop or they start over the whole navigation, maybe, luckily. Navigation menu. The navigation menu is exactly how people discover your offer, your catalog. And so, indeed, influences how your visitor discover it and interact with it. These are the 3 best practices that we can have for a winning navigation menu. First of all, important elements on top of the navigation. It doesn't mean first entry in the flyout. It means first entries in the fixed bar, where usually you find men, women, kids, like the gender split, or maybe the category split. Those ones should be the spots where your core products are. Why? No matter in which page, no matter what I'm doing on the website, those entries are always going to be visible. I don't need to open the flyout to see them. So I can always go back there and start the navigation from something more specific. Second, listing subcategories under as many applicable categories as needed will give path options. It means that if I am Gucci and I am selling bags, I know that this is my core product. I'm going to put bags in the very first spot, but I'm going to put bags also when you open the women, for example, menu, when you open the men menu, when you open other menu, anywhere it is applicable and relevant for people to see that entry. And then be intentional about categories naming and order. First of all, consistency. If you have a product that is called crossbody bag, you don't want to call the category crossover bag. This is inconsistent. It's going to, first of all, make people unsure. It's not clear what is this. Is the same thing? I don't know. And second of all, SEO, Google is going to say, if you're not sure yourself first, what is this? I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to prioritize it. I'm not going to rank it up in the results page. And the order, this is relevant more to your customers. Says that you are selling shoes and it's summer. Your first entry is not going to be boots, right? It's going to be sandals, slides, relevant to the season, relevant to the customers. If you know that your best selling is sneakers, maybe sneakers is going to be always the first entrance. Example. So Gucci is here not because it's Gucci, because these guys, they're the best at the moment on providing customer-friendly and oriented navigation, but in general, website experience. So as I was saying, handbags. This bar is always visible no matter where are you in the website. So in this case, gifts, what's new? These 3 entries are core for Gucci. Little things, what is new, and my core products. But it's also visible here, handbags, and it's going also to be visible under men or under MX or under any other categories that it is relevant. And also, in this case, you see the order. We are in fall. They have sneakers because for sure this is going to be their best sellers, but then they have boots and then pumps. But in summer, this orders is going to change. Slides is going to be the first one. Sandals is going to be the second one, and so on and so forth. And here I want to, wait, take a moment. This is a record of my screen into the mobile version of Gucci, and I want you to look at that, and if you see anything that needs to be mentioned. Did anything happen? No, I didn't scroll. I never scrolled. I just clicked open and close each and every category, and when I was at the last one, I didn't scroll. That was responsive. So the website recognizes my device, and he knows that these categories couldn't show all the entries, so automatically scrolled. So indeed, no scroll and responsive. This is user-friendly. Very user-friendly. I didn't do anything. I could just go back and forth to see what was the offer, but I didn't do anything else. And that was on mobile. Oops. And this is Marks & Spencer navigation, work in progress, seen here. Why? First of all, too much. I don't think that these are all core categories, yeah? And second, footwear here. Is it footwear or shoes? Which one are you actually indexing? Is it clear to Google? I don't think so. Shoes, footwear. First 2 entries after the category split. And then also big mistakes. You need to make clear, to have clear in mind what is a category and what is a filter. In this case, boots, ankle boots, this is a category, this is a filter within the category. High heels, mid heels, low heels, these are all categories, subcategories, or filters of heels. So in this case, you are given an endless list of entries, and very repetitive because I'm going to see very similar products of the same category. Also, I understand this is for SEO, but then how many people are going to click in that, traffic-wise? This is very specific, so you have more chances that people go into heels and then using the filter to navigate your page and convert. Do's and don'ts, hopefully. Yes. So again, as clear as possible, always. This is going to be the first point of each and every do's and don'ts. Most important categories at the top of your navigation. List subcategories underneath how many relevant category or columns you need. Intentional naming and order of them, seasonally or in a relevant way. Relevancy is always the key, always, starting from the homepage, yeah? And then too many options, not good, because indeed, somewhere they need to click, but if you're giving too many entries, it's gonna also take time, and they don't wanna be there a lot of time, especially on mobile. Unimportant links in the primary level, too long text labels, consider that it's gonna be like 2 or 3 rows entry, not really good. And then filters instead of categories. Second group, listing page and product page. Another 2 big monsters, usually overlooked, overrated. So start from listing pages. These guys are actually the second element in your website. They're going to have the majority of the traffic because they are landing pages as well, right? If you are having an ad on your shoes category, you want to have that link, the collection page listing all the sneakers, for example, or the bags, or anything, any product you want. So listing pages are a second landing page for your customer where they discover a specific set of products. It's late. Okay, so the purpose or purposes of listing pages: building engagement, driving conversions, encouraging click-through rate. So if your listing page is not optimized, personalized, ranked, and enough intriguing, people are not going to click through product page. So it's useless that you focus too much on a product page with all the details or personalization, whatever, and then in the listing page, they don't want to click through. They're never going to go there. First thing first, because the listing page is full of products, it's also full of metadata. It means name of the product, price, brand, essential information about the product before going into the product page. Therefore, it's also full of links back and forth, back and forth. This means that heavily influence your SEO strategy and the link building strategy within your website. So it is absolutely important that there is a strategy and a plan behind how your products are ranked and listed in your collection page. As I was saying, in terms of traffic, indeed, likewise, the homepage, the traffic in the listing page can come from all the other channels, newsletters, social media, ads. So you need to be sure that your listing pages are meant to promote the product discovery, encourage add to bag, purchase, buy. It's always a little bit slow. Let's see. Should be an example here. It's not working. There you go. Oh, here we have actually the must-have elements that we should or always have in our collection pages. Category name, so the name of the page. Breadcrumbs, this is site mapping. Always very important for your SEO. Facets, so all the filters on the side or on top, wherever you want to put it. Product details, the name of the product, price, brand, and whatever you want to actually show to your customers, and product pages, so the links to the products. Must have. Some extras, depending on product that you have, strategy, or maybe some A/B tests that you already run and you know what your users need into that page. Sort by price, bestsellers, newness, and so on and so forth. Browse by could be by category. Quick view, quick buy when you hover on the product. Page view. Layout in the side of the page, so it's sticky there without them need to again open the flyout. Examples. Again, okay, this is a circular from work in progress to the best practice. Why it's work in progress? First of all, look at how many filters you have there. Are all of them essentials to boots? I don't think so. And plus, this column continue with the duplicated navigation. So it's too crowded. You have the grid, you have the filters, you have the product, wish list, you have a lot going on there. So it can be overwhelming unless you are very keen on a specific product. Gucci, super essential. It's all about the product. There's nothing around. You only have product listed there, and then you have the breadcrumb there, and if you want to open the filters, are on top of the page. Balenciaga, even better. Why? You don't have anything. but the navigation and the site search there, very visible on top of the page. Your product with all the information that in Gucci you don't have. You have to hover on the products. And then look at this bubble, amazing. It's always there, sticky with you throughout the scrolling. And if you need to open it, it's there. But it's not bothering you, the product, you see it, and it's following you. Mobile. Okay, Tommy Hilfiger, better on mobile. You don't have such a noise there. You have the breadcrumbs, the two bubbles for the filter, the grids, and the products. Is it good? Yes, but totally different from desktop version. It means that people need to familiarize again with your website. It takes time. Do you want it? No. Gucci, very similar to their desktop version. Balenciaga, they started from mobile. It's super clear. Bubble here, listing page. It's exactly the same structure, duplicated on desktop. This is how it should be. Last things on listing page, if he wants to. Yes. So, first thing first, listing pages drives up to 70% of the site product discovery. So the product discovery, majority of it happens via the listing pages. Why? Because of course you have all the products there, right? Per category, per style, split it by an order, a specific order. So if it's not compelling enough, of course people are not gonna click through. And this is what you want from listing pages. And what I see usually is that people overlook listing pages because they know this. Products are listed. We don't know to spend time or energy or money on it. But yet, the problem in the funnel is from listing pages on. So they don't click through. So from the funnel that enter, whenever they come to the listing pages, the funnel goes down very much. Numbers of people that reach the checkout after a listing pages is very small. Product discovery, increase revenue, of course, because people are going to land on your product's page more. Build site structure, which is always good for improving your SEO and giving an order, a clear order to your customers where they are on the website. First thing first, to start optimizing your listing pages, segmentation. What is segmentation? You need to know who your customers are. Are they men, women, returning, new, what they like, colors maybe, products maybe, interests. This is exactly also how your marketing strategy works, right? Your marketing team is going to work on segmentation. So this is something that you want to also include as a 360 experience, complete, circular, to your strategy on your website. And indeed, you can have a specific product sequences based on different audiences. That ranking is fake, basically. Personalizing. This is basically following, starting from the segmentation. I am segment. I'm a woman, new customers. I usually buy bags, for example, in black, maybe. This is your segment. So in the sorting, you wanna push up bag black for women. Personalizing. Now, I'm on your website already for 10 minutes, so you are actually registering my browsing. So you want to show me recently viewed, you want to show me what maybe I clicked in and put it in the wish list. You want to show me basically and following through the browsing in order that I feel like you know me, you're following me, and you are actually providing me the right products at the right time. These, of course, can go even crazier when you are a returning customer, because you have more data on customers, you know if they purchased, what, when, how many units. And then highlighting. This is something that you always want to do into your rankings. Say that you have limited edition, collaboration with influencers, or I don't know, any kind of product that is important to your business, that you are launching maybe a new season, a new collection. pin those products on top of each pages. That makes sense. If it's a bag, then in bags. I don't want to see a bag into a shoe, for example, page, or into clothing, for example. So whenever it makes sense and it's relevant, pin it, because first of all, they're going to recognize, because for sure they already saw this on Instagram maybe, or any kind of social, or maybe newsletter, or maybe anything, any channel that you are promoting your products, they're going to recognize. So they're not going to feel like first users, first time. They're not going to have to familiarize. They recognize it. Oh my God, yes, this, I saw this. Let's click, let's see. And then through the recommendation, you can always spread them throughout the website. Some tools that you can always use for this, Algolia and SearchSpring, they also provide ranking packages. Chemonics, Shopify plugin, very recent, and they are trying to providing also analytics and personalized dashboards, very nice. Attract and Smart Merchandiser. Case studies, maybe, yes. So, Chemonics, this is the case study they had with Swarovski. First of all, non-moving inventory. So if you have Shopify, you know that one of the default ranking is by newness. So what is just published goes on top. But this doesn't mean that is the highest, has the highest stock availability, or is the best selling, or is the most viewed product, you know? So first thing that they solved is the non-moving inventory. It means that at the very low, like lower position in the page, they have products that have a lot of inventory that couldn't sell because people don't scroll. This is rule number one. They don't scroll, they don't want to. They want everything in the very first page. Then increase overall conversion by 18% and 8% of profits over a 4-week period. Attract, this is a big, big, big tool, usually common for big catalogs. We're talking about at least over 2,000 products at a time, at least, I would say. They provide everything like 360, rankings, site search, product recommendations, insights, AI, very complex here. Indeed, we see big brands. So Pretty Little Thing, La Redoute, Harvey Nicholson. Here we have very big numbers of optimization before and after the tool. We have 8 and 7% uplift in order value and conversion rate, 40% increase of click-through rate. It means that plus 40% clicking through the product page from the listing page, and 25.4% increase in email CTR. Also this one, very important, because it's useless. You build newsletters and then people don't click through. They don't go to the links that you're providing, product pages or collection pages. Harvey Nichols here, 31% uplift in conversion from category to product page. Same thing, click-through rate. 23% uplift in conversion from, oh, this is mobile. One is desktop, one is mobile. And then, well, curated experiences, personalization, and 5 times faster than before, of course. One thing I want to mention, AI is very important, yes. But how it works with your inputs, with your metadata, with your tagging, with your information, the more accurate you are with that, the higher result you're going to have with the AI. There's always a person behind. The AI optimizes timing and efficiency because it can cluster a lot of things together at the same time. But if you don't actually give the right information, you're never going to have the right results or the expected results. Do's and don'ts, indeed, builds engagement, drives conversion, encourages click-through rate, reach in metadata, and those metadata needs to be consistent throughout and beyond your website. Also, everything that goes indexed outside needs to have the same metadata. Needs to be relevant, of course. It means ranked based on segment and based on users, personalization, based on season, based on what is relevant for brand and customers. And then, of course, loading, the fast loading time. What you don't want to, inconsistent product data, absolutely No. Too many features. So as we saw in a Tommy Hilfiger listing page, too much noise. I need to see the products, not how the page is structured. Out of stock product listed, this is something that you don't want to do. Don't make people think that they found the product and then it's not available. Too much information. It means, for example, sometimes you see product name, brand, price, quick view, quick buy, the heart wish list, or pre-order, everything in one box, but 200, 400,000 products in the same listing page. Imagine the chaos. Imagine mobile. Always starts from mobile. And last but not least, product page. Product page is indeed overrated, but in a sense that, of course, it's important because it leads directly to a sale, right? Can be also a landing page if you are doing an ads or maybe newsletter, you put like products. But needs to be optimized and it needs to be linked every time to its own listing page. Otherwise, the browsing is going to end. This is a dead end. If you don't provide another path, another flow during the browsing on the product page, this could be a perfect dead end. And of course, it's telling everything about the product. Shoppers will stop a purchase if information is maybe you're telling me that the model is wearing size M, the fitting is not maybe M. Poor quality images, this is probably one of the most important. If it's not attractive, they're going to leave in 50 milliseconds. We saw it before. And call to action frictions. I want the add to cart next to the image, right? I have the product name, I have the price, I have the site selector, and then I can directly add to the cart. If I want to know more about the product, I will scroll. If I don't want to, it's already in my basket. If all, even one of these, but say that if all of this happens in the same product page, will lead definitely to higher exits. This is a dead end, especially if you don't have your breadcrumbs or other exits, but remaining on your website. Complaints, a lot. Bad reviews if you have the review features in the product page. High returns. If you're not clear about the product, maybe you will see, oh my God, we sold out of stock. We sold this in 20 minutes. And then the next day you're going to have high returns because your product page was not clear about your product. Potential product page, product recommendation. This is one of the paths in order not to have the product page as a dead end. So I am looking at the black bag again. I want personalization, and this is for the brand, actually. This is 1 point for customer, 1 point for business. It means that if I am looking, basically, the majority of the time, bags, I want to see into the product recommendation from say, I may also like another bag, or maybe you want to match this with another accessories, or maybe you want to have the same look you see in the images. You have several kind of product recommendations, and this is, of course, to help also your business, not only to keep your customers clicking and purchasing on your website, but also for you to uplift your stock selling and your products and your revenue in the end. So indeed, the product recommendations can impact conversion rates. Probably the smarter thing in the product recommendation there, you want to have the add to cart button already there. I don't need to go into the product page from there because it's a product recommendation. Maybe it's a little thing. Maybe it's a keychain. Let me add it directly to the cart. Brand loyalty, repeat purchase, because I know that if I come to your website, I go to a product page, I know that you are going to recommend something that I'm interested in because you're looking at my browsing, you're looking at my history and my purchasing and everything I did basically on your website. Average order value, as I was saying, cross-sell, upsell strategies, and also average items per order. This is basically impulse purchase. So if I'm in a product page where I'm looking at the bag and then I see a keychain that I can hang on the bag, This is impulse purchase, because do I need it? Absolutely not. But it's going to leverage your items per order. Example. Oh, here are the must-have elements of a product page. Images, product overview, it means the name, the price, the brand, anything that is metadata about the product. Call to action, add to cart, add to wish list, pre-order. Size info, variants, so you have both the size guide and the size selector. Product description, if I wanted to, you have to have it though. But it doesn't need to be on top of the page or next to the images. And product recommendations. What is extra? Usually, again, based on your products, your strategy, and that, for example, Amazon does. Fear of missing out. I'm in the product page. The system knows that there are only 2 items left. I'm going to tell you, hey, 2 items left. Or fast selling. This is going in quick time. So this is basically impulse purchasing, again, pushing on, leveraging on the nervous and anxious that, oh my God, this is not going to be there anymore for me. Let me buy it right now. Reviews and live chat. Examples, again, we have, let me go here, Gucci, super smart. Why? Only 2 scrolls. This is the landing view. The whole screen is this. You have basically a slider of images. They have 4 images. This is a slider. And so you slide only once, and you already have 4 images. 1 and 2 images in the same view. And what they did, in the middle, in your face, you have name, price, if you have any color options there, size, and add to cart. If you want to know more, then you can scroll. But if you don't want to, everything is possible in the first step, basically. It's not even a step. You just click through, and you land it here. Same thing happens on the mobile. And because I did already the browsing, at the end, I also already have product recommendations. So lastly, the recent review, or it depends if you're a returning customer, maybe if you put anything on the wish list, or you already purchased, or maybe it's already in the cart but you didn't purchase, you're gonna find it there. Nike, work in progress though. Why? So they managed to have everything in, like Gucci in the first step. So you land here. But there's nothing else. Like you scroll, endless page with so many images, no links. You have also editorial images at the bottom of the page. No product recommendations, no other links. In this case, either I go back or I open again the mega menu. But if I'm a customer that needs a little bit or love, this is at the end. It's never going to happen. Here a suggestion could be, this is Nike Air Force One. Everybody knows this style in the community. Why don't you actually send me also to the Air Force One page with all the styles? I don't care to see them here. Give me a place where I see them all. Or give me a product recommendations, or send me back to women's shoes. Something. This is a total dead end. It's never going to work. You can't keep customers on your website if you don't have other actions to be taken on the page. Do's and don'ts, again, as clear as possible in terms of information, metadata about the products, quality images and video, essentials element at first glance, like Gucci, short and efficient, accurate and clear information, and product recommendation. This is a must. You can't have a page that is only about one product where you have thousands of products on your website. It's not possible. Don'ts, too long, too many images, too much information, too many call to action. Sometimes I see add to cart, add to wish list, pre-order, or add to do something, all in the same line. Not possible because it's chaotic. And people don't want to use their time to actually choose what they have to do. No, it needs to be clear. The action is one in that case. Add it to the cart. And of course, unnecessary communication. Sometimes I see a lot of sale or promo code or promo offers exactly either in the same line or right below the add to cart. If you want your user to use a promo code, use a banner on top of the page or a pop-up, but don't put like the offer or the promo code fixed where the add to cart or the call to action is, because it's confusing them. They're wasting their time to actually read something they think it could be useful, but maybe it's not. More not than yes. And that's it. It's not the customer's job to know what they want. It's ours. You have the product, and it's not about your product. It's about what you are giving to the customers, right? Your product is not about you. It's about the customer. Same thing goes on to the customer journey. It's all about the customer, what they want to do, what they want to see, what they want to buy. That's it. So thank you. So now we have some time for the Q&A. Yes, let's see if you guys had the time to put some questions. Yeah, look at that. This one, how do you get autocomplete, auto-suggest on your search bar? This is a plugin or a software specific implemented onto your platform. Sometimes platforms actually provide it as a feature of theirs, but when not, you have plugins or software that you can implement later, basically, separately. Is live chat in terms of customer service a must-have on the website? If you have a lot of questions in the customer service, emails maybe, it's a good idea to have it. But always test. Maybe you have it there for a month, it's not giving you anything, remove it. But always test and see your data, read your data, what your users want. If it's relevant for them, it's gonna help you, definitely. Suggested number of clicks before customer reaches. No, this, I mean, there is no an average number, but I would say that a healthy click-through rate should be around 10, 15%. If you have 1, 2, 3% click-through rate, that's not good. Something is not working. Either you're not suggesting the right products, or it's not clear to the customers what they have to do in their pages. Something in the frictions is not going. Then, what's the best way to optimize website speed? Well, good thing is that usually platforms and also Google Analytics, you can see the speed of the website per page even. So when you see that the timing, the speed, the loading time is long, then for sure you have to check images, size, videos, content in general, and any plugin. For example, I saw that sometimes the size suggester can impact the speed, videos for sure. And any plugins that maybe live chat or altogether.
Maybe it's a question for
Yeah.
All right. Just to add, there are a lot of other factors as well. So maybe you as a business owner or somebody who is uploading the inventory, they need to make sure that the images are compressed. You can use WebP format or any compression software that you can use. Apart from that, there are a lot of tools. For example, Google Page Speed Insights that give you a detailed idea about your website speed. There is a tool called GT Metrics. They give you insights about the website speed. and you also have to take care of the core web vitals. So there are a lot of factors combined together that can help you improve your website speed. A little technical.
Bravo. Always good. I think that's it in here.
Can you just load the page again? Maybe
Yes.
some more questions popping up, or anything you want to ask right here. If you want to use the microphone to ask any questions, people who have not downloaded the app.
Aha,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go. Mobile to desktop version or vice versa? Mobile to desktop, always. Always, because 80% at least of your traffic is coming from mobile, for sure. For sure, so always mobile to desktop. I know that while working on the website, developing and everything, you work from desktop. So it's also a bias sometimes for developers or people that work with UX, UI. But always start from mobile. Makes sense. Can AI products help with optimization? They are born for that. AI is artificial intelligence, so for sure they will optimize time, resources, so how many people are working on something, and of course ROI, definitely. White versus black background, which color converts best for a luxury brand? It depends. It depends mostly on your content. So are you shooting, it depends, like you need to create contrast basically. So for example, Gucci is dark mode basically, but of course their images and the post-production of the pictures are made based on their black or dark mode. So it depends. For sure, if you have in the listing pages, for example, I would always go for a white or lighter background, just because to the eye it looks a little bit more organized and clear. You can see better. But again, it depends on your style and on your content, how it is shot and how it is post-production, with colors and contrasts. What's the best way to optimize website speed? Again, I think this one I already, yes. Yeah, I think that's it then. No more clicks, yeah. I think that's it. Yeah. If anything else, I am here. And otherwise, I think we can have some time, some break, coffee break, water break, toilet break. And then we can just have a chit chat together. Yeah?